You want to think I'm here?
It took Luffy like 25 years to turn Super Saiyan. Okay.
Oh my fucking god! I'm not going into because you don't watch it.
Don't talk to me about dumb power ups. Okay.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Greg Pissing Me Off on Blerd Lines Podcast with your host, Captain New, Dad Pad Gaming, and our third host of today, Demigod Shine. It's going to be a long show. It's going to be very rough, and Perry is going to be on the line of borderline pissed. So, how's everyone's week before we start conversation?
You go first. How was your week, bro? How was your week?
Yeah, how was your week?
I'm cool. I got my schedule for school. Schedule for school has been dropped. These are 3 classes I've never taken before, so I'm really excited to learn something new. I'm about to learn the laws of the cybersecurity world, a lot of the new trends that are happening right now, so I'm really excited about that. And the boxing world it's been annoying. So it has been some of the dumbest takes on earth. But outside of that, I'm cool. I'm decent. I don't like when people don't know their history, and it annoys me. You don't call Sugar Ray Leonard trash.
You mean to tell me people don't know shit about boxing?
People are calling Sugar Ray Leonard trash.
But is that
you mean to tell me people don't know shit about boxing?
Don't know anything about boxing. They're calling Sugar Ray Leonard trash.
All I keep hearing you say is people don't know shit about boxing.
It is the worst take I've ever heard. And then you got these old people talk about Ali. Of course, you got your Floyd hate. And then current boxing. And then it's meh. It is meh right now. So I have takes. But what about you guys? What's your week?
I guess I'll go. I've been gone for a while. I mean, my week has been all right.
2 weeks, nigga.
Like I said, yeah, I've had to recharge. Life has been crazy. The kids have been back at school, but I'm starting to kind of come down, starting to feel a lot better about some things, making some changes. So yeah, I'm in a good spot. I'm excited to talk about Black Frieza and and everything else that happened in the world of nerd news this week. So it's a great way to stay in shape. Pac, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. Work week was pretty decent. Got some pretty good news going up. So yeah, I'm doing great. I can't wait for this coming week
at this point, or?
Well, new positions opening up and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just career development. And then also got a project I'm working on later on today for Blerd Lines Podcast. So I'm really excited to showcase that to you guys hopefully next week. Next week we also are going to be streaming live next Tuesday. Got a little showcase for Destiny, so I'm super excited about that. A whole bunch of stuff going on there. So
people, what Perry's been doing for you.
Oh yeah. So Mr. Perry, Mr. Captain NU, has been walking your boy through Elden Ring. Yeah, I mean carrying, walking, same difference, you know what I'm saying? But right. Yeah, man. I'm excited to play some Elden Ring too later on.
That's what's up.
Yeah. It's lit.
Yeah. When are you guys playing Elden Ring? I know you said later on. Is there a particular hour?
Probably after I got matches with Icon today. I have Tekken.
Shout out to Iconic Nightwing, by the way.
I have Tekken.
Shout out.
And what is it? Chess matches today. I finally found somebody to play chess with, so.
Oh, okay.
That's gonna be
So, yeah.
fun, and I know we've been talking about putting lobbies together for Tekken for a minute because we're preparing for a lot. He's even interested in playing Street Fighter 6. So just get back in the
Ooh,
fighting game spirit. I recently got the platinum trophy in Tekken 7. So it's
great
been
job, Perry.
yeah, it's been good. I've been doing really well online. So and it's really because of the hype of Evo. So you got a bunch of new scrubs on there. So it's been delicious for my ranking.
Lots of new
Uh,
scrubs still at this day and age. That's amazing for a fighting game as old as Tekken to still have an influx of new players. So that's what's up.
Yeah,
yeah.
but we have a
Wait,
pleth-
I lied. One other thing that I should probably bring up. So I rolled credits in Digimon Survive.
congratulations.
An amazing game. The review for that should be dropping on Monday. Is what I'm going to predict. Along with that podcast, that review will also be dropping a special feature, which is going to be a Digimon Survive spoiler cast, which you can catch me and your guy D-Rain TV. Not live, it will be recorded, and that will be posted to accompany the review. As this is a game that is very heavily narrative driven, we felt it would be most appropriate to kind of discuss the narrative without actually spoiling it for anyone that's curious about the review. So yeah, go check that out on the Blerd Lines YouTube channel coming up this upcoming week.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Fun time. So we have who's this? Okay. We got a plethora of gaming news to review. Well, not really plethora of gaming news, but we got some good updates. And even more anime stuff as far as Dragon Ball and Fortnite is just it's there.
It's toxic, brother.
It's
It's
there.
fucking it's toxic.
Yeah.
New wasted forms on characters that are just there. One Piece not doing as well as people expected to.
Uh-oh.
It's because it's not about Luffy. It's about Shanks.
Yeah, sir.
Right. One would say telling a story about sideline characters could be a risk.
But y'all didn't watch the movie, and I see I'm gonna go into details about that because talk about risk. The movie didn't do so well because it's not really a movie. I believe it was 40% was a musical. So there's that. You tried it. You did try it because Shanks is more popular than Luffy because everyone's been sitting here wait. I'm gonna wait until we get to that segment.
He's passionate. He's so passionate. I love it.
Embracer Group continues to consolidate the gaming industry. Sony is working on a Days Gone movie, which is there. Death Stranding coming to PC Game Pass with the influx of ridiculous mods that I cannot wait. And She-Hulk first impressions. Shout out to my boy Quincy. I can't wait to talk about that. Shout out to my boy.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so
and Destiny, get this ball rolling. And I not forget Destiny 2 Expectations next Tuesday because I'm really excited. I've made the decision to give Destiny the first 30 days, and then as soon as Pokemon drops, everyone gets ignored.
He says that, but as soon as he gets tired of Pokemon, he'll be back.
I'm really kind of sad that this, and I know we'll talk about it more as we get to that segment, but I'm really sad that this Destiny expansion is coming out when it is, because I'll be expected to be streaming Saints Row on Tuesday.
It's not an expansion, it's just a season.
Yeah, but still, I can be Storm. It's an expansion, okay?
You have
I can be Storm.
120 days to play.
I know, but then I also have, see, this is what you got to follow. I've got Saints Row, which I have to stream on Tuesday. Followed about a week and a half after that, The Last of Us 2 remake comes out, which I'll be streaming. That'll probably be about another week or two as I play and review that. That's going to lead into the Arkham Knights game, which I've definitely got to knock out, which is going to lead into whatever other holiday season hoopla comes out, which is going to lead into Pokemon, which is going to lead into Q1 of 2023, which is ridiculously stacked with things like Hogwarts
NC fucking
Legacy.
double A is coming back, ladies and gentlemen.
NCAA is coming back. I'll probably play it just for the sake of saying, you know what, let's see what this is about.
Swear to God, if they mess this
we-
game up, I'm gonna be
right.
pissed.
Like Breath of the Wild 2 is supposedly coming out early next year.
The game
Supposedly.
No.
Yeah. But so yeah, it's gonna be a crazy next couple months. And I think, doesn't Bayonetta 2 come out? I mean, Bayonetta 3. I mean, that's supposed to come out, I think, in November. Like, I don't like. I'm having these dreams about being Storm in outer space, but the video game industry just does not want me to be great.
Callisto Protocol is definitely going to have my full blown
Oh
attention
yes,
when that
I
drops.
will be
That's what I'm
streaming
saying.
Callisto Protocol
That
at
and
night.
Pokemon.
Scared as fuck.
But Pat, that's what I meant to tell you. Pokemon, Greg will tell you, Pokemon Sword and Shield got about 600 hours out of me. I sat
Jesus.
there and it was a thing because I got introduced to doubles and then I got cracked out on doubles. It was a thing, and then a Common Rider Pokemon was supposedly supposed to be in this game. Bro, what? I literally told the biggest Kamen Rider fans I know about this, and one is like, please breed. He wants me to breed one for him because shout out to my boy Juan. His baby's due next month. So,
yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah, so I'm sitting here going to be looking out for my bro. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely though, but that's why it took you so long to get turned out on doubles. Because I was telling Nick, he was like, because Juan plays singles almost exclusively.
And I was heavy in the singles competitive scene. Like,
right. And I'm like, no, bro, like singles competitive is okay. Doubles is where it's at. He's like, I don't know. And just like I made the mistake of introducing Perry to the competitive world of Pokemon, I made the mistake of introducing him to the competitive world of doubles Pokemon.
Oh, because I become a tyrant.
Like, and it's like he'll pick the most toxic combinations.
Wow.
The most toxic. No pun intended, bro, but the pun is definitely there.
Bro, like, no. Once I figured out the gameplay, I became a headache. Like, I would piss. I would stall a game to the end. And Mimikyu wasn't even, like, top tier. I had Mimikyu, I had Toxapex.
Yeah,
of course, I had tanks.
I know we keep talking about it. Just for GP, we should probably do, like, a Pokemon stream here soon.
Y'all should.
I'm completely down.
Y'all definitely should.
I got plenty of Mons teams I can just put together. That's annoying.
I mean, it's time for that though, you know. That's
the Coliseum theme song.
Oh my god, bro! It gets hype. It gets hype.
That's on you, bro. There's more music out there, my boy.
Oh yeah, but that gets you there. Like when you know you about to go up against some randoms, yeah. Pokemon Coliseum in there, it gets you crunk. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. We got a couple things on the docket. Where do y'all want to start out?
Can we start off with She-Hulk because I'm really, really passionate about that.
You're passionate about a lot of things.
A lot of things today.
Oh yeah, I'm passionate about stupidity shit too, but we'll get in that. But She-Hulk is positive. She-Hulk was awesome. Shout out to my boy. She-Hulk first episode aired Thursday morning on Disney Plus, and there has been mixed reviews. I was shocked.
Have the reviews been mixed?
It has been mixed. It has been
really.
It will be mixed as far as reactions and what certain group, the vocal minority, has been very vocal for it. But outside of that, it's been well received. Just to get the positive out the way, I have a high school friend who was actually in the first episode of She-Hulk, and it threw me off because when he first appeared on screen, I'm like, huh?
Like, oh, that looked like.
Wait a minute.
That is you.
I froze it, and I'm like, this can't be.
Ain't
and
that?
I was like, I said,
that's Ray.
I had to. I shot him. I posted it on my Instagram, and I'm like, I had to put it on Facebook too because I haven't seen bro in anything as of recently because he was in Power. He was also in Law and Order SVU, and see him in here, it just I love to see his growth and him getting more exposure. It's been a great experience to see his growth in that. And that's my boy Quincy. It's been great to see him do what he's doing. Actually, shout out to him for being not only an active actor, but shout out to him for being a phenomenal father. And he's a true black nerd. One day I'll reach out to him, see if he wants to come and talk. But man, it's been great to see. And
That's what's up.
the and just to get into the show, the banner between Hulk and She-Hulk was by far the greatest. It's like watching Spider-Man and Tony Stark go back and forth. It was so enjoyable.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
loved
it
it.
was it was
Yeah.
definitely some masterclass banter going on in there.
Yeah.
Definitely. So I know we had kind of talked about this a little bit before we had started rolling, but the fourth wall breaks are really A1.
They're timed
Like,
perfectly.
They're placed perfectly. Yeah.
They really are, and it's one of those things that you have to be very careful because, like, sometimes like breaking the fourth wall, if it's done overly silly, like we get from Deadpool, is like one thing, and those things are easier to embrace. But she does it in a really grounded kind of way where it feels natural, but at the same time, it is. I mean, it's definitely a wall break, and it's an obvious wall break. So I kind of appreciate that more like grounded approach versus just being like, "Hey, yeah, it's me, Deadpool."
Right.
But and they were funny because like even like that opening scene, I'm like, what's going on here? Like, okay, so are we just gonna start this as her being a regular girl? Like,
Mhm.
you know, Marvel shows usually have what the 6 episode format as of late. It's like, so we're going to spend an entire episode of her being a regular lawyer before we get into the show. And she's like, all right, this is how I became Hulk. And then we get to it. And it was fun. It was great. I love it.
I love the fact that they didn't waste time with that. Like, y'all know why you're here. Let's have fun
Right.
while we understand why we got here and go
Right.
from there. And like, if you don't know anything, again, She-Hulk breaks the fourth wall in the comic books, but it's not like Deadpool. Deadpool is aggressive, and then with our movie scene, it goes even further just because it's Ryan Reynolds, and Ryan Reynolds to me isn't acting when playing Deadpool. He's just doing things he just wants to do on camera and have fun with it in a
Right. Yeah.
costume, and I
Yep.
love that.
Definitely. Ryan Reynolds is playing dress up. We all know it.
Yeah, he's just playing dress up at this point, and he's just
Or
saying
maybe when we see Ryan Reynolds, it's actually Deadpool playing dress up.
either or. He says the most ridiculous things on camera without any filter because that at that point he's just, I'm just gonna say what I want, and it's funny. I love it, and
Yeah.
I love the sense in where this show was really good. Like, this was by far the best first episode of any of the Marvel shows to me. That
Yeah.
kicked off just right.
Definitely. And it's funny you say that. I was kind of thinking the same thing because it's like we could talk about WandaVision. I think WandaVision also had a very strong first episode, but a lot of what made that first episode of WandaVision so strong and impactful was the mystery was already looming in episode 1. Opposed to with She-Hulk, they really tell you everything that you need to know right up front.
Yeah.
And you know, the fact that we know everything that we need to know and we're still like excited for the next episode versus desperately like hitting YouTube to look at, oh, what happened? What are the secret signs? What is the symbolism? But you're still excited, equally as excited. Like that says something. So yeah, I'm definitely down. I'm excited for this next week.
I just want to point out Loki had a really, really great first episode, as well as Moon Knight, in my opinion.
Yeah, they did.
Had
Yeah,
a
they
really
did.
great first episode.
They did.
But this one is different in the sense that, like you said, we do get a lot of information and a lot of backstory, like right up front.
Right.
When it comes to actually bringing in one of the Avengers and making like the Hulk a TV character now instead of a movie character, I think they did pretty well. Having a little bit of action and like showing She-Hulk how to Hulk out, for lack of a better
Yeah.
term, you know what I mean? Like I think that was pretty cool, and then having that callback to Tony Stark, where they built the bar and all that good stuff. I think that was all A1 for a first episode.
Definitely. And and I just want to say, like, really the difference to me, because you are right. When we talk about Moon Knight and we talk about what was the other show you had mentioned?
Loki.
Loki, yeah. Like, those both actually had very strong first episodes as well. But to me, the difference was, while they had very strong first episodes, it was like, all right, that was cool. Let's see where this goes.
Mm-hmm.
Versus with She-Hulk, I was kind of like, all right, I don't really care where this goes. I'm kind of in. I'm in for whatever shenanigans this is going to.
Okay, so I want to talk about the full episode, but you know what hooked me? Where I'm like, I'm here for anything that happens. I don't care where it goes. It was the ending. It was the ending. It's how she took care of business. Eve dropped and she stepped in her heels and said, "Let me go ahead and win this case." I'm like, "Oh, this is done."
Like,
Perry's here.
That shows that tonally they understand this, and I mean, and I think that's one thing Marvel does better. I think that what was that, Miss Marvel? I get that that's kind of deviated from what we know and understand Miss Marvel to be, but for the most part, I think that She-Hulk really nails that. They understand the tone of what this character is and why the people that love her, and do it in a way that introduces other people. Where I've always been kind of lukewarm on She-Hulk, like, she's been cool, whatever, but like, I might actually be a She-Hulk fan by the end of this show, and that's dope.
Yeah, and there's only a few things that bother me about the show, though. I need her greener and I need her thicker. At that point, I'm aiming for Snoop levels.
Sir,
Death by Snoop.
Yeah, Death by Snow, like, for real. But just to talk about the episode, I really enjoyed how, and this was a take that a lot of that you can hear, like, some of the vocal minority was chirping about, was how quickly she, how quickly she was able to control her Hawk side, while Banner was like, wrote a whole book about it, and the reason behind she, like, was able to control her anger or her Hawk side was like, well, I'm a woman. I get called. I get yelled at in precincts when I'm at the in cases. I go through my monthly, going through menstrual cycle and stuff. I'm a woman. This is nothing. This is day-to-day thing. And then you have people say, well, that's trying to push the narrative of the feminists. I'm like, no, she's actually correct on this, because, I mean, what she said is kind of true. Like, she gets catcalled. She was catcalled at the beginning of the show. She went
wild. Right, and that's when your boy took that major L.
The way that they mention the struggles that women go through, and I think that this is going to be a huge reoccurring theme, and I think that it's something that overall society needs as a whole, is just seeing the struggles that women go through on a day-to-day basis. They may make light of them in a lot of different ways, just for, story and show purposes, but the fact that they're even being brought up at this point in a Marvel show that's really about superheroes and other worldly things, I think that having that element shows you how kind of conscious, that at least socially conscious, Marvel is. You know what
Definitely.
I mean?
And it's like the same thing with the Captain America versus Captain America Winter Soldier show.
Yeah.
When Anthony Mackie pulls up and he finally has that first interview, and he's like dropping bombs, and we're all like, as Black people, like, yeah, it's not always black and white, and there is the gray area. So it's kind of cool to see that Marvel is kind of taking those steps. But one thing that I did want to bring up, kind of leaning back into what Perry was saying, it is kind of crazy. That is one thing that I did see, that some people feel like she kind of mastered being Hulk too fast. And to that, I would say people don't know their comic book history.
I was going to say, she's stronger than Hulk already.
Yeah, but the thing that people are missing is this, though. While they have not touched on it in the MCU, Bruce Banner's origin story, not the Hulk, but Bruce Banner's origin story of why he was so mentally jacked up is because he had a physically and mentally and emotionally abusive father who put him through the ringer.
Facts.
So he always had the Hulk within him because he had to create a more furious interpersonal personality, or however you like to say it.
Like Mark Spector did.
Yeah, exactly. To get through those moments. And that was something that manifested as anger. It was only the gamma radiation that gave that second light that we call the Hulk the ability to take reign and actually control situations.
Actually manifest.
Dormant.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it makes sense that you have a person who we can assume had a traditional American dream upbringing, and She-Hulk versus Bruce Banner, who went through those struggles and had those mental guards put up and developed this second personality, which I thought was kind of interesting. As he's like, I mean, you don't feel anybody else in there? Like, there's nobody? It's just you? Are you sure? And she's like, I mean, yeah, why would I have a second personality? So, to those people that are upset at that, go do your homework. It's there. It's on the internet. It's on Google. You can go read the comic books. It's all around for
you. Yeah. So, I definitely recommend She-Hulk. I really enjoyed it. I think it's going to be one of my favorite Marvel shows. Moon Knight, unfortunately, it was cool. I enjoyed it. But it's not one of those where I'm like, ooh, wee. And that's because I'm not a huge Moon Knight fan. But just how strong She-Hulk came, I'm just excited for it. And I know it's going to do really well. So I want everyone to check it out. Let us know your thoughts about it. If you have seen it, if you haven't, definitely check it out. If you have, tell us how you feel about it. And then we can go ahead and go into the next subject, which is, well, I chose the first one, so you guys can go next.
You want to go, Pat?
I don't even have the docket in front of me. 1 second.
Oh, that's cool. We can. Well, since we're on the comic book train, we can just go right into it. More.
Yeah, let's segue into that manga.
Well, not the manga. We can. This is more comic book bullshit. I mean, we can segue into it. What the fuck is going on with DC Comics and Media? This is your life.
Man.
This is your life.
My god. Oh my god.
I'm gonna let
Do you have an hour?
No, so because we don't have an hour, let's start off with the elephant in the room.
Okay.
My guy Ezra Miller.
Okay.
or my girl, or my they. My
they.
Person.
Let's start off with them.
My
let's
person
start
Ezra Miller. Okay.
Let's start off with them. Ezra Miller has apologized after his tirade across the United States, committing all these different acts and being accused of abuse and kidnapping and
grooming,
theft, and whatever else you could possibly think of. So at least like at this point, he finally has realized before he did something that like he couldn't take back. Like, I mean, there's a lot he couldn't take back already, but before he like killed somebody, you know what I mean? Like, he's finally seeking some help.
Maybe
so
he has, so we just don't know about it.
Don't say that.
Don't say that. It's just trying to find a body.
My guy has, I mean, granted, he's been in movies, but my guy actually lived in a movie for like 6 months. Like, in 6 months, he's gotten like, 2 DUIs, 2 bar fights, another bar confrontation, kidnapped, quote unquote, allegedly, a 14-year-old girl, attempted to groom her, sent her home, went on the run, stayed in hiding, tried to commit armed robbery. Who is this guy?
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
All while he's like, call me they.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
All right.
It's like, is it that you want us to call you they, not because it has anything to do with your pronouns or sexual orientation? Is it they because there are multiple people within your head? That's what I'm thinking. That's
Possibly.
definitely what I'm thinking. Bro, your cat does look like Stray Cat.
Yeah, it looks just like Stray. The original cat for Stray, the real cat, actually looks like this orange tabby.
That's what's up.
I don't know what they're gonna do with the movie. I would like for them to just go ahead and release they have, and even if it's on HBO Max, just release it. You already cut out a $90 million movie in Batgirl, that people were very excited for.
I don't know if I was excited for that.
I was.
I was curious at best.
Pack, you're loyal. You're a loyal person.
I adore Batgirl. But
yeah,
I was curious at best.
Curious at best? Okay.
At best.
Okay. I feel that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that it all in all would have been decent to see Michael Keaton and a Batgirl. It would have been decent to see Michael Keaton move on even further, but it looks like Ben Affleck is gonna be Batman again, which I'm cool with.
I'm not mad at that.
Kinda, yeah.
I'm cool with it.
Not mad at Ben at all.
Yeah, I don't hate Batfleck, so
he did some reshoots for Aquaman 2. Apparently, Michael was supposed to be in it, but they reshot for Affleck instead. So I think that's gonna be fire.
You know what?
I feel really bad for them because they cannot catch a break. It's like, how do you have this Ezra Miller meltdown at the same time that this Johnny Depp thing goes on? Now you guys have to edit out his love interest and figure out what you're doing with that. And then not to mention the Flash movie is 100% done. They're just we can't put it out because our actor, not a supporting role, our lead actor is on a tirade across the country right now.
Yeah,
we can't stop him.
They need what they're trying to figure out, from my understanding at this point, is how they're going to do a press release for this.
Yeah, I mean they've already spun it. Because Ezra Miller did make a public apology, and it's funny because I saw something.
He had to.
Yeah, I saw something floating around where they were like, there are two things that are going to happen here. Ezra Miller is going to continue to go on his tirade. He's going to continue to upset people, offend people, or they're going to cancel this movie, or he's going to get a public apology in. He's going to go see someone, get some help, and then they're going to release the movie a few months after that and spin it like, hey, let's support this guy because he needs our, or let's support this person because they need our help.
Right.
It's so weird saying person singular and then they as in plural. But hey, we're trying to be inclusive.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Of all of them. And by all of them, I mean all of Ezra Miller's personalities. We should name them.
Man, do you know all of them? Have you seen them?
I don't know any of them. I've seen him in regular clothes. I've seen him in lipstick. I've seen him with a wig on.
There you go.
I've seen him in a hoodie.
He's rewriting the timeline. Clearly, he's lost in the Speed Force.
Lost in the Speed Force.
He's just trying to find his way. And the movie of the Flash movie is him messing up the entire timeline. And at the end, he goes back in time and get a whole new version of Flash. And boom, DC universe is saved.
Yeah,
I read
which is hilarious.
I read it on theory on Reddit that this was like a reverse marketing, reverse marketing ploy. Any publicity is good publicity.
I mean, it's really not. But hey, let's go with it.
That's what I saw.
Because... I saw T-Will the Don, what up, baby? Yeah, and that's funny because that's what I heard when T-Will the Don says in the comments. It's a reverse Flash. Yeah, and that's what I'm seeing. That it's the reverse Flash going around actually doing all these things. It's not really Ezra Miller. So maybe we'll find out. Maybe we're actually in the DCEU and metahumans are just running around and we just don't know it.
There is a rumor that they as in WB, reached out to Henry Cavill about being Superman.
Yeah, I've heard about that one.
But I saw two recants. So I saw one account that said that he politely declined because his schedule is too busy with The Witcher.
Yeah, he's Geralt over there now.
Yep. Witcher and Highlander have him too busy to play Superman. And then I saw one that said he's ready. So I think it's up in the air still at this point.
Yeah, I think they're gonna try. I think the crux to try to get this DCEU or whatever the hell they're gonna call it when they rebrand it after they shut down another 10 movies. I think that the crux to kind of relaunch this is going to be the Black Adam versus Superman movie.
Yeah,
but Black Adam has to be good.
I think that Black Adam will be phenomenal.
I think it's
and I think that the DCEU is going to be centered around Black Adam. That's a theory.
Which is kind of weird.
I think that it would be cool though, because it would not necessarily kick out the Justice League, but it would be, what is it? The Justice League of America. That is kind of the main characters. They would be our Avengers, right?
Yeah.
And then eventually we could lead into the Justice League. That would be a nice little segue, but I mean, Black Adam is not a part of the Justice Society or anything like that. So we'll have to see how that goes.
And I have not been a fan, like, so much, like, with both of the Shazam movies. The marketing has annoyed me to the point where I just refuse to watch those movies. Like, I get it, and it's supposed to be trendy and poppy and funny or like whatever. But like the marketing for those movies has absolutely completely turned me off.
Is it Zach Levine turning you off?
No, it's just the marketing. Like, I don't want to see a movie of freaking Shazam doing the floss. Like tell me you want to attract Fortnite kids without telling me you want to attract Fortnite kids.
Yeah.
Which
he's
fine.
Still 14.
Yeah, I know, and I live with a Fortnite kid. I get that, but if like, there's something about like when you market a movie, like you can market it to fans of something without being so overt about it. So for me to get into a Shazam movie, it would have to be watching Black Adam just beat the brakes off of him.
Well, wait for Shazam 3.
That'll make me happy. Like, just like with what's her name, Brie Olsen and Captain Marvel. I gave them the benefit of the doubt for the first one. It was not great. The Marvels, I'm going to be there because Monica Rambeau.
Yes,
but
yes.
Captain Marvel 2, the only reason that I am any form of excited about it, because word on the street is Rogue is pulling up, and anybody that knows anything knows that Rogue beats the snot out of Captain Marvel, and I need it.
I need to see that.
Yeah,
I definitely need to see that.
But do you think that with all of this crazy HBO Max, Discovery Plus, Warner Bros. Entertainment foolery, and they're talking about canceling what is that, Young Justice for a third time?
This will be the third time they've canceled Young Justice. If they decide to do so, they canceled Flash. They canceled all of the other CW shows.
No, the Flash is still going, but it's experiencing budget cuts. It's going to look cheesier and cheaper than it already looks.
What? So they saved it?
So it is still going to be active, but I think because, the Arrow and the Flash really jumped off the Arrowverse, they're going to, I think they say they're giving Flash one last season or maybe 2 seasons to kind of wrap things up.
To wrap it up,
but everything else is gone and done.
That's crazy.
So I guess if we're going to see any more of this Arrowverse nonsense, it's going to be cameo appearances within the Flash show. Because thank God Batwoman is gone.
Yep.
The Batman show never got off the ground. Thank God the Arkham Knight show was canceled before it got into actual production.
You still got to worry about the Gotham PC, Gotham CPD show that they've already done in Gotham, but they're trying to do another spinoff.
So they're doing another one?
So it was supposed to be either an Arkham show or a Gotham police show that spun off of the Pattinson Batman.
So I don't know, that could be kind of interesting. but they would have to kind of like give it like almost like a Blair Witch kind of like Cloverfield kind of vibe. Like, yeah, we've got some like regular like camera work in there, but maybe when we see Batman pop up, because I think Batman should pop up, and it doesn't have to be Robert Pattinson. It could just be some random schmuck in a suit.
Yep.
That at least knows a few forms of martial arts. Please, God, don't give us another like stiff fist and elbow Batman. I will flip over my with my PS5 and PC on it. Just, but anyway, yeah. But like, if we get Batman and it's like dash cam footage and body cam footage, and he's like coming in and almost like ethereal in the way that he handles things and slips out, would be really awesome.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're gonna really do that because
I'm
CW
interested
clearly
in the Colin Farrell show. I'm interested in the Colin Farrell show though.
Oh, the Penguin. Yeah, I think that's gonna be cool. But so is the Gotham PD? Is that supposed to be a CW show or a HBO Max show?
That would be an HBO Max.
Okay, I was gonna say because we all know that CW does not want to pay the Batman tax.
No, that would be HBO Max.
Okay,
cool. Harley Quinn has been pretty good though.
Harley Quinn is fucking awesome.
I gotta get into it. I adore Harley Quinn. I still have not started that show.
Sir,
yeah,
there's nothing negative about this show.
Nothing at all. It's anybody who says anything negative about this show, I feel like they're either too young to be watching it or they're too old to understand it.
That's it. That's literally it. It has the right amount of cuss words. Harley Quinn is just, she's perfect. Poison Ivy is probably just her. She's just awesome. I love everything about it.
Duo. Yeah, I like their duo. I like some of the issues that they have to go through alongside being super villains, you know what I mean, or anti-heroes at this point.
Right, and doubling down on the fact that Joker is not going to be a main component. I love it.
Yeah. Joker's they're not worried about nobody else except for Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. And then like her little gang and stuff that she has. Or
her
whatever.
Gang is great.
Coco, what it do?
I love them.
Yeah.
I'm DC, you're drunk. Go to rehab.
Please. All they really have to do, in my opinion,
is check in right next to Ezra Miller. That's it. I mean, that's not much. Just the entire company.
Really just need to own up to their fuck up. They just need to own up and say, "Yo, we treated this one director pretty badly, pretty poorly through his time of crisis, and tried to do a lot of different things that shouldn't have been done when we already had a pretty clear blueprint of how things should have gone." I think if they own up to that, I'm not saying Zack Snyder would come back, but I think that he would be more likely to be like a creative, have a creative hand in things if necessary. And then even if they didn't want to have Zack Snyder, that would open up the door for more directors, because if you look at their projects, a lot of directors have started out on these projects and then ended up leaving the show or leaving the project because of creative differences and the way that WB has been running things in their executive office. So I think that with the leaving of Walter Hamada, which he's not leaving, but he's like moving to an alternate position or something like that, I think that if these new WB Discovery execs just take the bullet and say, "Yo, we messed up."
Well, like they already have in a sense, because they, without saying we messed up, they kind of went out of their ways to say, "Hey, we're gonna try this again. We have a 10-year plan, and we're gonna take our time."
And that's fine.
Which would indicate that they have not taken their time before. But I agree. Like, I think, like, could you imagine a world where Zack Snyder got put into a similar position of what Kevin Feige is in? Like,
man,
and don't get me wrong, like I feel like the Snyder Cut was like bloated. I feel like there were some really cool moments in there. Like overall, I feel like it was a 7 out of 10 film. However, it was interesting. It was entertaining, and I cannot help but think about what would have happened if they would have let him have that creative reign to give a cohesive story, to take their time, because ultimately that's why they dogged them out. It had nothing to do with the quality. It had nothing to do with the budget. Like, this is Warner Bros. Like, they have money. It had everything to do with the fact that they were in the midst of playing catch up. They wanted to have a DC cinematic universe. They wanted to have it as soon as possible. And once Zack Snyder was unavailable due to family circumstances, they went for the next available thing. The cash grab there was, hey, let's get Joss Whedon, because he just did the Avengers movie.
He just did Age of Ultron, and it went whatever. I don't know how much money it made, but it did decent in theaters. And as soon as they grabbed him,
actually the less received movie out of every movie in the MCU, which is wild to me because I thought it was great.
Really?
Age of Ultron?
Yeah, Age of Ultron is not well received throughout the
MCU.
It's okay, but out of all of the actual Avengers movies, it is the worst one.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was like phenomenal, but that's just my personal take.
But think about it. Like, when you talk about the Avengers movies, you have the first Avengers, you have Age of Ultron, though it's a Captain America movie. Civil War was more or less an Avengers movie, and then we have Endgame, and then we have Infinity War.
Right.
Out of all of those movies, Age of Ultron is absolutely the weakest link. But we're talking about a movie that has Hulkbuster versus Hulk in it. So, I mean,
I think I get it. It's just and I know, and you are right. It's just, for me, Age of Ultron was probably the best well-rounded one, just because Ultron was just he wasn't a cosmic level threat, but he was a threat with the ideals of what was implanted into him by Tony Stark. He was a logical AI that just looked at the logical reason of, like, no, we have to delete most of y'all because you're really the cause of it. I'm like, this man is it made more sense with his ideas than Thanos. Like, I hate everyone. Half the universe, go bye-bye.
Yeah.
But you are correct. Like, I'm not arguing the fact that out of all the Avengers movies, it's the weakest one.
Yeah.
And they just went for that crash grab, and here we are today with 2 Justice League movies. Oh my gosh.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Gotta save the Justice. Save the JLA. The heroes need heroes. Gosh. DC, Warner Bros.
You're drunk.
Disney, not Disney, Discovery. You guys are absolutely drunk. You need to go home. You need to sober up.
Yep.
You should call Ezra and ask him what he's doing.
I'm sorry. At HBO, at Discovery Plus, because I since we're on the subject of those type of platforms, HBO Max removes over 200 Sesame Street episodes, and they're deleting so many creative shows that people really enjoyed, as far from the animation shows with a lot of creativity. They're deleting them, and they're not going to be able to have access anywhere else. They're really just holding them captive, and that has been a huge.
Yeah, I haven't looked into it, but I did see that they got rid of a bunch of Sesame Street. Like, what is that about?
200 episodes.
Do we know why yet?
There's a link that's posted. I'll probably link it later on and post it on my Facebook for, like, interaction posts. But I just seen some of it, and it's actually, I've been seeing things throughout the week about it, but it's been huge. For sure. But
that's cool too.
We can transition into. I have a lot of hate. Right now.
Yeah, we know.
I have a lot of hate right now. I have a lot of hate.
Let the hate come.
So, in the anime universe, there were 2 big movies that dropped in the anime world. That's worldwide accepted. Of course, the one and only GOAT of them all, One Piece, set another Guinness World Record. And then we have the other GOAT, Dragon Ball, dropping a movie. We had One Piece, Red One, and then you had Dragon Ball Superheroes. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is a ridiculous title.
Superhero.
not the only ridiculous thing they've done. And then throughout the manga world, you have new power-ups. And I have takes on those, but we'll go ahead and talk about the movies first. Out of the 2 movies that's dropped, these 2 movies have been the lowest income movies of each series. Dragon Ball superhero movies did not be well received or did as much as what his previous movie, Dragon Ball Broly's done. And then same with One Piece movie. It did not receive the standing ovation that Stampede did, and it's because of the directions that they've taken. For the sense of, because I know you guys are going to piss me off and go after it, One Piece. If you guys know, Shanks is in this movie, and if you watch One Piece, or you into the universe of One Piece, because I know someone here who isn't, Shanks is in the movie. And Shanks is by far one of the characters that's been around the One Piece world that's been around, but had so much mystery into it. And this movie was going to involve Shanks a lot. And that's not the reason why this movie has not been well received. It is a musical. And if you know anything about Perry, I hate musicals.
Sweeney Todd is fire.
Like, I hate
musicals. Sweeney Todd is pretty dope.
I hate musicals. I hate them. I was in orchestra. I love my teacher, Mr. Staubach, but he played a lot of musicals, y'all, and I've not been the same since.
Oh, okay. So you have past trauma.
I have past trauma of musicals, y'all, and I hate them. I've watched Phantom of the Opera at least 100 times. Unwillingly. I hated Kingdom Hearts 3 because of the goddamn musical.
Blink if you need help, Perry.
I went to therapy. I'm okay to talk about it. I hate musicals.
I'm okay to talk about it.
And this was a scene that I'm not going to go into too much spoilers because I know it's going to be coming to the States here soon. Shout out to the anime group Pat introduced me to. The
Anime.
The guy who runs that group actually gave me the link to the show and I was able to watch it. And again, we had Shanks, but we didn't have Shanks. Shanks was able to be seen towards the end. He had a really, really good scene at the end, which he also had in the manga, which showed off why Shanks is that guy. And I cannot wait for this last arc because God, please give me what I want. And then with Dragon Ball superheroes, I have a lot of gripes about. I hate 3D animation.
Is it because you hate the 3D animation that ticks you off?
No, that was the reason why I didn't want to see the movie in the first place. I don't like 3D animation. Berserk scarred me.
Wait. Let me stop you for a second. So you didn't want to watch Dragon Ball superheroes because you were not a fan of the artistic decisions made about the art style.
Yeah, that was one. And then I watched it because
remember that time that you condemned me on this stream on a Saturday morning because I told you that part of the reason why I cannot get into One Piece is because, in my opinion, it is not aesthetically pleasing.
But also, then we also
Let's continue with your story.
No. Then we also talk about how we get it at the beginning and where it is now. Did we not talk about that as well? Let's tell the full story. Tell the full story.
That's the reason why I don't watch One Piece. I don't think it's aesthetically pleasing to me.
But then we sit here and talk about, like, I told you, like, yeah, at the beginning, I completely understand. I get it. To now, where I'm like, well, the art value is amazing. I gave you that pass. You ignored the end factor. Didn't we say that? Didn't we say that? That's what
I don't remember that.
Oh, okay. You don't have to. I do. But
the video was up here. I can go back.
We'll continue. Anywho, I didn't want to watch
the video. Crazy. It's like he has an opinion, and I'm not mad at his opinion.
No. I had it, and I just said I gave you respect. Like, yes, I said at the beginning of One Piece, you were not going to like it. Just like Kingdom, it's trash. The artistic one is in the 90s, and what they drew, I get. I told you that. I gave you that. I fucking told you that. I defended your decision. It's to the point where it is now. But I'm not going into it because I'm already pissed off because we're going to talk about this dumbass movie and these dumbass power-ups. Because now I'm
Hey, man. Okay. So you're there.
All I'm saying is
I'm there now, nigga. You wanted this, I'm here.
It took Luffy like 25 years to turn Super Saiyan, okay?
Oh my fucking god. I'm not going in because you don't watch it.
Don't talk to me about dumb power-ups, okay? 25 years for him to turn Super Saiyan.
Again, you don't watch the show. You
Gum.
don't know anything about it, so I get it.
His power is bubble gum, okay? Go away. No, I'm just playing. Yeah. I am intentionally trying to be disrespectful.
He's intentionally trying to piss me off.
And I'll be honest, I do not hate One Piece. Like, I think what One Piece has done is awesome. It has achieved things that no piece of media will ever achieve in a lot of ways. It's just not for me.
And I'll respect that decision.
Right.
There you go.
But yeah, like I don't have any beef. Now one thing that we were kind of talking about before the show got started, and Perry just didn't want to hear this, was as I was talking about with Dragon Ball Superheroes, is that the movie was kind of a risk. From a marketing aspect and from a financial aspect and from a corporate aspect, you know, because you have to think about this. Like when anyone makes a movie, like if I go to Hollywood and I'm big executive Hollywood guy today, and I go up to Paramount Pictures and I'm like, I want to make a movie, and they're like, all right, cool, I want to make a movie. What do you want to make a movie about? And let's just say they have free reign and they can work with any intellectual property they choose. I'm like, I want to make a Superman movie. You know what they're going to say? All right, Superman's big. You're greenlit, buddy. But if I turn around and I say, hey, I want to make a Superman movie. And they're like, oh, yeah, sure. We like Superman. He makes money. And I say, but I don't want it to be about Superman. I want it to be about the guy that runs the newspaper that he works for. You know what they're going to say? They're going to say, well, he is an important character, but I don't think he's going to drive numbers. Can we maybe make it about him arguing with Superman? No, I'm going to make it about the guy that runs the newspaper. You know what they're going to say? That's too big of a risk. Greg, get the hell out of our office. That's what they're going to say. So what I'm saying is, knowing that that's how movie pitches go a lot of times, and of course there's more money and more discussion and blah, blah, blah involved, for Toei Animation to say, hey, we're going to make a Dragon Ball movie. And they're like, you know, and you know, Akira Toriyama and whoever else is making this movie comes about. They're like, yeah, that's good. Yeah, Goku's who's he gonna punch this time? Right. Well, Goku's not gonna punch anybody, actually, at least not on screen. This movie is gonna be about Piccolo. And they're like, wait, what? Like, and this is the thing, and I actually talked about this on the show before. This movie was originally supposed to be a Piccolo story. That's why we have so much Piccolo, despite this movie being about Gohan. It's because it was actually like, once he went in and he pitched, yeah, we're going to do this Piccolo movie. Mm-hmm. The executives were still like, I mean, Akira Toriyama-san, you're a legend. Like, we get that. You want to do that
right now?
I don't know, bro. It was actually, and I've said his name before, and I draw a blank now. But it was actually Akira Toriyama's right-hand man who was like, "Yo, they're heckling you. You want to make this Piccolo movie? Throw Gohan in there. People like Gohan.
They like the relationship Gohan and Piccolo bring.
Yeah. And then when he went back and he said, "All right, we're gonna make this about Piccolo and Gohan. All right, green light. Go ahead and do this. It's not Goku and Vegeta, but we get that in there." Yeah. And the movie is, I mean, it's performing middling. It's not, I never expected this movie to perform like Dragon Ball Broly. But when you talk about Dragon Ball Broly and the way that this movie was marketed, they're like, oh, we reimagined the origin of Goku and Vegeta, and now Broly is canon. And guess what? You ever wanted to see Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta? Guess what? Right. He's here and he's fighting against full strength Super Saiyan, legendary Super Saiyan level Broly. Mm-hmm. Who the fuck was not going to want to go see that.
Yeah, there were too many factors with that versus this.
Versus saying, all right, Gohan and Piccolo are going to go fight against these new androids. And, spoilers, I'm sorry if you don't know this, and a familiar enemy may pop up. Which one are you going to go see?
I was going to see Broly regardless.
Exactly. Because who doesn't want to see Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta versus full power angry rage monster Broly?
I mean, Gogeta was a factor, but again, aesthetics was pleasing. Because when you think of, because let me give, I know I've been harping on superheroes a lot. Let me give it positive. It brings a feel of Dragon Ball, of the origins of Dragon Ball, back into the movie. I'll give it that credit because
it did have like some Dragon Ball vibes to it. I agree.
With the Red Ribbon Army and all that. Red Ribbon
Army and their villains, the 1 and 2, phenomenal. I actually enjoy those two.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
They were actually a good vibe to bring in again the Dragon Ball feel. The thing
I would like to see them team up with Saiyaman.
God,
oh man,
that's the movie I want to see.
God, no.
Honestly, I thought we would get a little bit of Great Saiyaman in the superhero movie, and I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't.
It was this movie's main villain was just.
I'm just a little disappointed.
I hated how they brought back Cell because Cell was a methodical genius of an android.
Yeah,
you brought him
with the sarcastic, arrogant flair of Vegeta.
Yeah,
like Cell was like such a like supreme sauce monster. Like
you brought him back as a big me
giant grunt,
me strong, me punchy punch, me.
Yeah,
smash.
He's a meat bag.
I'm just like, are you fucking serious? So no, and again, for me, Gohan's power up was nice. How it looks is stupid.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it either.
Piccolo's power up, great. I like it. This looks like Piccolo, and it's been stated that he is as equally powerful as Super Saiyan Blue, Goku, and Vegeta.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like I'm trying not to judge either appearance. Personally, I didn't like either transformation. I think I like Gohan a little bit more than I did Piccolo. But overall, like I know we've kind of like hinted and we've talked about the rumors and Toriyama-san's like right-hand man has alluded to Dragon Ball Super animation coming back under a new name next year.
Yeah.
Until they actually animate it and we can see it in traditional like hand-drawn or at least 2D drawn animation, I'm not going to pass too much judgment on the look of either. Because I've seen some fan art that looks amazing for both characters. But
it's fan art, and what we can judge what we have now, and it's okay to say, no, that shit looks terrible. That idea.
I mean, but a lot of stuff looked a little bit wonky in that 3D plane, though, is what I'm saying.
True.
No,
his hair.
And I get that. But a perfect
example like his hair.
Like, example. Pac, I feel as though you watched it more than Greg has, the Berserk movies on Netflix. So there's been moments where it looks aesthetically phenomenal.
True.
And then we got shit.
True.
Yeah.
And then it's okay to be like, well, that looks like shit. Why don't do that again? To do this more. Don't do this
right.
shit.
I think that we want to see it in the traditional sense because that's what we're used to with Dragon Ball is the hand drawing.
Yeah.
To really make a full judgment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I have my opinions, and my opinions are I don't really like either of them much. I think Gohan looks a little better. But before I say I hate or I love them definitively, I do want to see them in traditional animation done by a actual Dragon Ball animation team. Because like, you know, we got the benefit when we saw Ultra Ego for the first time, when we saw Ultra Instinct for the first time.
Hold on. Before you go there, just slow down. Because I have thoughts about good transformation ideas to dumb shit.
Oh gosh, here we go. So we'll get into it. All I was gonna say is like those transformations versus the new Piccolo and Gohan. We got to see those transformations in traditional Dragon Ball form. They were on black and white. Then a couple months later, the colored versions came out, and we said, "Holy shit, those look awesome!"
Yeah.
So I'm not going to pour too much of my opinion on the look or the aesthetic of those transformations until we get like some official like hand drawn Toriyama or some hand drawn. I forget the guy who took over Dragon Ball Super, his name right now. But until we get the actual official art from the guys that draw it day in, day out for their 9 to 5, I'm gonna leave my opinion there, I guess. So are we getting into transformations now, Perry?
My last take on the Super movie is this is where I was trying to say. The lower stakes and a more focus on the mundane slice of life stuff is of these forgotten characters made the movie have a kind of cozy vibe. That is a sense of the safe of what I was trying to get at. Since it's Gohan and Piccolo, their relationship is what people love because we all know Piccolo is Gohan's daddy. We're not here to argue the facts.
And T-Will, you're not wrong.
Yeah, you're not wrong at all.
Not wrong. That was definitely something that was like ripped off from like the Gohan Super Saiyan 4 and Gohan Super Saiyan 5
I've seen the
fan art. Yeah, so yeah, I get that.
Yeah. And with the Super movie, with any of the side characters, people like after Goku and Vegeta, people wanted to see Gohan. We have everyone, and you say it, Pac said it, make Gohan great again.
Yeah.
Everyone said it. That is a safe bet to go in. And like you said, without Gohan, you can't do anything with Gohan without Piccolo. Because even in Super, guess who was the one that brought Gohan back to who he was and prepared him for the power, to turn into power? Piccolo. Even though he fought his dad, who was the one that said, you need to get your shit together?
Right.
Piccolo.
Let's get you back to that ultimate form. That was Piccolo.
So out of all the characters, this was the safest bet. The riskier part for me, for this movie, was the 3D animation. Now, if it was drawn, it would have been, I could see it more. The Cell input, I just don't agree with. Cell as the big bad, I just don't. That was just a waste. To bring him back was just like, come on, dog.
I think especially with him being imperfect, had he been a perfect version of Cell and had been fighting Gohan, I think it would have been a better rematch.
That would have been perfect.
And that and that's what I was hoping for. What I was really hoping for is like once we started getting clues that Cell was here, I was hoping that what we would get is this guy would get out, he would absorb Gamma 1 and 2.
Right.
And we would get like this crazy like Cell perfect plus form and shit would get real. But like ultimately, it was one of those things where, hey, Lady Gunner, it was ultimately like one of those things where this movie like felt very low stakes.
Yeah, that's what I said. It was low stakes. The lower stakes
didn't even feel planetary to me.
Yeah, like in terms of the actual like universe of Dragon Ball, it felt extremely low stakes because it's like, yeah, we got Goku and Vegeta and Whis and Broly, and they're all training and they can probably come and really get this done at any point or time.
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, I really wish we would have got some type of merge from Gamma 1 and 2 into Cell. And then, like, even if they would have wanted to end this on a cliffhanger somehow, and it's like, oh, well, I guess we got to tune in next summer to figure out how this ends up.
Right. They would have did shit,
but
I would have the hell up.
Yeah, the internet would have went crazy.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, like, whatever. You know, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Now let's go into the manga. Let's talk about useless fucking power-ups. Just dumb ass fucking power-ups. Just stupid. Just idiotic waste.
Okay.
So you're mad.
I want to start off with the positive.
Oh, here we go.
Ultra Ego fits Vegeta too perfectly. It's too spot on. That's Vegeta. Yeah. That is a power-up that makes sense. That is a power-up that is good because you're showing like he's no longer trying to be the Ultra Instinct Goku, the perfect being. He's like, no, I'm here because I'm the Saiyan of pride.
Yeah,
cool.
Right.
We brought Frieza back to the point where I'm like, he's here. Why is he here again with a pointless fucking power-up? Toriyama is a manga terrorist.
So let me explain something to you, because I agree with what you said about Ultra Instinct. Now let me put you on something here, because I know how you feel about Dragon Ball, and I feel the same way about Dragon Ball. I feel like it is all like it's all fireworks, just no explosion. It's there's not really much substance here. But let's look at where Frieza has been lately. Like Frieza's story as a whole. Frieza has been a world conqueror, selling planets to people for like the highest bidder, going around terrorizing people, being the strongest person in his universe year after year after year after year after year, until the Super Saiyan comes, mops his shit. And then he doesn't die. His father revives him. He comes to Earth. Another random Super Saiyan mops him up again. And his father. All the while, Goku and Vegeta in some sideline movie demolish his brother. He goes to what? Then after that, he goes to hell. Or the realm of infinite losers.
Goku and Vegeta beat his brother, right?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, Goku beat his brother.
Yeah, but I mean, but
Goku beat his brother, and then they fought him again together.
And Namekian, Planet Namek. I'm sorry, Planet Namek.
I think it was New Namek. I know what you're talking about, though. Yeah. But nonetheless, he goes to hell. He's in hell for forever long. He's stuck in there with these. What up, Impulse? He's stuck in there with these people that are playing the music. They're all cute. It's hell for Frieza. He's angry. He's upset. He meditates, which I think that the Golden Frieza form was probably the real ass pull here. Because what happens? We fast forward. Beerus pops up. Goku's stronger. Vegeta's stronger. We get to Revival of F. Frieza's grunt wishes him back. He comes back with this strong new form. Regardless of the drama that happened in Revival of F, Frieza got his shit wrecked again.
Towards the end, I mean, he came back
regardless.
I mean, because you can't. I wouldn't say he got his shit wrecked towards the end, but at the beginning, it showed he did 3 months of training before coming back, and it showed what he.
But ultimately, the reason I say like regardless of the drama, because once Goku and Vegeta was all right, yeah, we got new forms too. Boom, Super Saiyan Blue. There was no competition. They ran him through the ground.
Yeah, after they figured out that he had no stamina, they beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, fight back. But regardless, he got ran. They sent him back to the infinite realm of losers, whatever. They come, they dig this guy up again, because now the world tournament is here. He goes to the universe tournament. Yeah, he goes to the tournament of power is what it was, right? Yeah, tournament of power. He does some things there. He does, he does shake shit up. But ultimately, he's seeing Ultra Instinct Goku. He gets his shit wrecked by Jiren. He is then again thrown to the side, but they're like, you know what? Hey, it's okay. We're going to go ahead and let you free because you did help us save all these universes.
Right.
Well, him and Goku kind of like,
Yeah, they did what they had to do. I mean, Frieza's an opportunist. So that I never thought that.
Exactly. An opportunist.
Yeah, he's an opportunist. I never thought, oh, this means Frieza's a Z warrior now. But anyway, so we fast forward, tournament of power is over. What happens next? Broly comes around. He gets his shit wrecked by Broly.
For an hour.
And, for an hour after he's excited about, oh yeah, I got Broly on my team, and yeah, I'm about to go wreck Goku and Vegeta. And what did Goku and Vegeta do? They fused. The first time Frieza as a character has ever seen this happen. So he's like,
what the hell?
The fuck is this?
What up, Shrug?
They more or less mollywop Broly, and they had the opportunity to mollywop Frieza, but they let him go.
Yeah.
So after this guy who spent the first half of his existence being the strongest person in the universe, runs into all this stuff, gets his shit wrecked for over half of his career, and he knows that there are other dimensions and galaxies and Dragon Ball sets out there because he's involved with planet Earth and Namek and the Super Dragon Balls from the Tournament of Power. All of these things, what does he do? He travels interdimensionally to go train and figure things out.
He found a planet that he owned with a hyperbolic time chamber.
Exactly.
Spent a weekend there and it counted for 10 years.
Yeah. So then we fast forward to where the manga is, in this manga, this entire granola and gas story has essentially been about Frieza, because we had granola, I'm looking for revenge because the Saiyans came and they destroyed my planet and I'm going to kill all of them. And then he's like, wait, no. Like, the Saiyans were involved, but it was actually Frieza who had called the shot. That's where my beef is. We run into Gas. We find out that Gas and his brothers were essentially in charge of Frieza's army at one point, and now they aspire to take over Frieza's army.
Yeah.
And by doing that, sorry guys. And by doing so, they wish that Gas would be the strongest person in the universe at the time that Frieza was not in the universe, because he's in a completely different dimension.
Yep.
Training for 10 years, he pops up like, I heard niggas was trying to take my army. He wrecks them and he literally says to Goku and Vegeta, like, hey, you know what? I could do y'all in, but I'm really out here looking for another target. I gotta slide.
I'm gonna holler at y'all.
Like, when you look at all these events in line, like, I understand, like, in terms of, all right, we was watching the story and it appears that he came from nowhere. But if you're like following and you know the story beats of what's happening in these actual stories leading up to this point, it kind of makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah.
Like, is it a plot? Is it convenience of plot? Of course. Like,
because he had never trained before. Frieza never trained.
Yeah, he's never trained before. The first time he trained is when he unlocked the gold form.
Yep.
He never trained. Everything that we've ever seen from Frieza, from the inception of his character all the way up through Mecha Frieza being sliced up by Trunks, he had never trained. That was all a natural ability.
Yep.
And now he finds his own means of getting into the hyperbolic time chamber at an alternate dimension after he knows that there are other dimensions, because he saw Broly and Gogeta punch each other and rip the fabric of. It makes sense. Like, it's not the best storytelling. I still think that Dragon Ball has shit storytelling, and I will admit, for anyone out there that says that they watch Dragon Ball for the storytelling, they're lying. We watch it for the hype and for the excitement and for the booms. That's it.
Yeah.
And now, guess what?
For the bows.
Just like we know now, like, this dude pulled up Goku Ultra Instinct Max Power, because they were only fighting for a few minutes before Frieza pulled up and, like, broke that shit up.
Yep.
Ultra Instinct Vegeta at more or less full power. At worst, they were at like 80% of their strength. They weren't very fatigued at all. He comes in and one shots both of them, and is like, "All right, I'm out."
Just got healed.
Well, they got healed, and they did a fight again with Granola. I reread the chapter. So after the end of this, like the second part of fighting, because they had to go all out, because they end up sending him in space. He comes back, and this is when Goku.
Right, but while he was in space is when they got fully healed.
No, they got fully healed, but then he came back, and then they did another power up, and he was still. Buddy was ransacking their shit.
Oh yeah, he was running them, but like we've seen Goku and Vegeta go through far worse situations.
No, but what I'm saying is they use a lot of their power, because Goku did the spirit grab with him, and Vegeta again got pushed to the side again after getting a phenomenal writing piece for himself, which in my opinion Vegeta has the best character development in Dragon Ball Super. It's not even close.
I think Vegeta, like, and I can't say out of all anime, but I think that he does have one of the best character arcs in anime in general.
Yeah,
agreed.
Like, that's like Vegeta. From like destroying planets to like giving those like helpless people in the future Trunks arc food that he didn't have to give them. Like, he didn't have to ask Bulma to give him all those capsules and go out there. And like there are things like, I think really Vegeta is the story of Dragon Ball.
Goku gets, again, and if you read the story, Goku is handed his power-ups because, again, his father wished for this to happen. To be survival, to have the power-ups. It's written in the story. His daddy gave him this leeway. Because, again,
not to interrupt you, but which leads into the shitty storytelling again, because Bardock wished for both of his kids to thrive.
Yeah.
and Raditz is just not existing.
The nigga's dead. So again,
Good
but I just want to get to the point where
Yeah.
I did see the power up, and I agree with you. There was a power up, but then this set part 2 fight, Granola came back like because he is the strongest being in the universe. No matter how much they powered up, he's still the most powerful being. It took all 3 of them to get him to where he was again laid out, but he wasn't dead. At that point, Frieza pulls up with his opportunity to punch the nigga in the stomach. He did the what's his name? He did the God Emperor Doom move to Thanos, grabbed his spine through his stomach and incinerated him into.
And ripped him in half and then stumped on his skull. It was pretty savage.
It was again done. Punching them into his new black form. I'm just like, bro, what? Because there's other things you can invest in Dragon Ball that will be great. But then I see something towards the end of the chapter, which we said maybe the strongest person of the universe just revealed themselves, but just not here. They weren't talking about Frieza. No. I believe they're going to connect the Dragon Ball superhero movies with Gohan because I think they've stated Gohan is the strongest being now out there.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's stupid. Black. This opportunity was for Akira Toriyama to give Frieza the opportunity to call monkeys niggas. That's it. I can call you monkeys niggas now.
Niggas monkeys?
He's calling Saiyans is niggas, and he's calling you monkeys is niggas now. I can say it because I'm Frieza Black, bitches.
I just can't wait for the internet meme edits where they edit the clean, crispy lineup on them again. Because now it's Black Frieza. With
you have not seen them already. Have you not seen them? They're already out.
I've not seen the. I've seen him.
I gotta send them to you.
Yeah, I've seen the edits of him like with the Tims and the Hennessy and stuff. I'm waiting for the lineup.
You missed that, bro. He got one bowing down, stepping on somebody with his fade in Tims, holding a bottle. The internet is undefeated. So again, it's I guess I don't agree with it. I think it's dumb. It's terrorism to manga, but I digress.
Yeah.
There's no hint, and if just because you said it earlier, I'm going to address it now. Luffy's where he is now was something that was mentioned in Skypiea, an arc of Joy Boy. It has been a 800 mythical storyline that's been talked about. It became to fruition now. So there's build up for that. Oda comes back around. Akira Toriyama is like Zeus. He's going to put his dick in it, and whatever comes out is going to be it. Hence why he's Zeus. I'm going to put my dick in it. I'm going to fuck it. And whatever comes of it, it can be Hercules or it could be some...
Kratos.
Exactly.
And what we got was Super Saiyan Luffy.
Super Saiyan Luffy. Yeah.
Right. And that's okay.
Super Saiyan Luffy. God, I'm not going for that. You're purposely doing that, and I'm going to ignore it.
I'm so excited for this to be animated so he can scream for 15 minutes.
Oh my god.
So it's just I don't know. I don't care. I guess it's gonna be cool for thank you.
Here is Derek. It's no can.
You knew it was coming.
Oh yeah.
Look,
I feel like Nick was over here on his phone on the side, like, Derek, I need you in here. Please pull up. But
I didn't say nothing. He felt me getting angry. He felt the energy, and he's like, "Don't disrespect that trash."
No, I would never. But Derek, you should know by now, I would never really in real life disrespect One Piece. Like I have, like even though I'm not an actual fan of it, I have the utmost respect for One Piece. I've purchased mangas for the kids. I own almost every One Piece video game from like PS3 up to PS5.
You a good one.
I'm gonna, because my kids play them. I'm gonna buy the next one. I support One Piece. Whatever. My Crunchyroll account gets used by my kids more than it gets used by me these days. I'm sure almost every piece of One Piece has been watched under my name. Like, so whatever. I'm not a fan of it, but I have respect for it. Who I don't have respect for is Perry. So with that being said, Luffy took 25 years to turn Super Saiyan, and you guys are just going to have to deal with that.
moving forward of the dumb shit spewing out of this nigga's mouth.
Oh, it's Andrew Garfield's birthday today.
Oh, nice.
Happy birthday to Andrew Garfield.
Amazing Spider-Man.
Yes, he is an amazing Spider-Man.
But moving forward, One Piece now is beautifully made, but I'm anime itself. I read it. I read more manga than I watch anime at this point. The fall again. I've already said there's going to be tons of anime that people need to invest in, for sure, because there's going to be tons of shows.
It's going to get crazy.
Oh, it's going to be wild.
Because didn't they just confirm that season 3 of isn't fall, but season 3 of Demon Slayer, I think, is set for January.
Wow.
That's right after My Hero and Chainsaw Man, and like there's a bunch of shit coming out here. So.
Yeah, Man. There's. I'm not going to get into it, but there's a lot of takes going on in directions with Chainsaw Man going on, and but I mean, again, we're all eating, we're all enjoying it, even if people are here to piss off us One Piece lovers and things like that. I just got new One Piece. I got Kid, and
I'm just here for chaos.
Yeah. So Perry, you said something interesting. You said we're all eating. Yeah. So I'm going to use that to segue into our next segment here. You know who's eating more than anybody?
Yeah, they're eating well right now.
The Embracer Group, man.
They're eating well.
A lot of people don't know who the Embracer Group is.
Yeah, explain.
Let me explain this to you. So you remember THQ, the people that made in the PS2, Xbox era, a lot of those mid-range AA games and a lot of those janky Nickelodeon games and stuff.
Yeah.
THQ went away. And when THQ went away, a company named Nordic actually bought them out to revive them. They went by the name of Nordic THQ for some years, and they switched it around and went to THQ Nordic because THQ is more recognizable.
Gotcha. Since
then, they have taken on the name of the Embracer Group. Now, let me learn you here, and this is from IGN.com. And this is the opening sentence, and then we're going to kind of get into some things here.
Before we go forward, Impulse redeemed something. Redeem something funny or personal about host. So,
Who? Okay, Impulse. Pick a host. Pick a host. Who do you want? Who do you want to reveal something about? I feel like I'm more open with Impulse, so it's probably going to pick you, Perry.
You'd be surprised. I've talked to Impulse. I have his number. I talked to him.
I have his number too. What do you mean?
Yeah, but we talk.
Oh my God, we're arguing over who knows Impulse best. That makes him a celebrity. We're fanboys.
Oh shit, he did too.
Both of us.
Both
that's
of y'all.
Petty as shit.
I gotcha.
Something funny or personal about me. Something personal about me. I don't know if this counts, but I love bananas, but I also hate bananas. I will eat anything banana flavored. I will eat or drink bananas in my smoothies, but I despise the texture of eating just a regular straightforward banana. You know what? While we're on here, you're laughing. This guy over here, Demigod Sean. You know what his weird quirk is?
This ain't about me.
He pours his milk in and then his cereal.
People like that are sociopaths.
Yeah, he's a murderer. Okay. You see that? He's stroking that cat.
This is not about me. This is
because he's an evil murderer. He's an overlord. Okay.
I will say.
Yeah.
I will say mine is. I'm really good at ping pong, like exceptionally well at ping pong.
Yeah. Also, me and Perry used to be rock stars. We did a lot of cocaine. So there you go. That's a bonus one.
Bonus.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Right. Thank God we're not famous because we would be going viral right now for being druggies. Okay.
I wouldn't give a shit.
But
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 continue
yeah,
about
back
the
to it.
Embracer Group.
So anyway,
Yeah.
THQ Nordic picks up the name of Embracer Group. And now I'm gonna skim through this article from IGN.com, just giving you the first sentence and then kind of skimming through to kind of let you know where these guys have been and why we should probably be a little worried about what the hell is going on with the Embracer Group. With over 120 internal studios, 230 games in development, and a massive stable of 850 IPs, Embracer Group has quietly become one of the biggest names in video games.
Wow.
Okay, you hear those numbers? And
Yeah.
and this article is really interesting because it actually goes from 2013 up until current. So, like I said, I'm not going to read it all. I'm just going to give you some numbers, some IPs, and we'll just kind of skim through it that way. So, in 2013, the Embracer Group actually went on to buy Darksiders, Red Faction, MX versus ATV, Destroy All Humans, and a few other IPs for $4.9 million. 2017, they went and they acquired the German developer Black Forest Games. It has games there like Gianna's Sister, which I'm not familiar with, Eldorado, Rogue Stormers for roughly $1 million. And they were also at that time working on a remake for Destroy Humans 2, which we actually got that released a couple years ago. A week after that, they got Peace Interactive, the makers of Magicka, Titan Quest, for about $350. I mean, $350K. Sorry. We move forward. They bought the studios that were creating Biomutant, which was the developer Experiment 101, for about $9 million. Biomutant was a game that actually released, I think I was 2019, maybe 2020. In 2018, they bought Koch Media and Deep Silver for $150 million. Some of the games that you would recognize here would be Dead Island 2, which is still in development, Homefront the Revolution, Fish Labs, and Volition Studios, which are the people who are responsible for Saints Row.
Oh, wow.
They went ahead and moved forward again. They made the massive purchase of 2 IPs, Time Splitter and Kingdom of Amalur, which are 2 like cult classic games from the PlayStation 2 Xbox era. Let's keep going. They're actually working on a new Time Splitters for anyone that was a Time Splitters fan. They acquired Coffee Stain for $34.7 million, a company that came into Embracer's fold alongside Goat Simulator, which is another big game on PC at the time. We have the company who published, let's see here, the PC hit Valheim. You may or may not know that. We fast forward to 2019. They spent $37.5 million to purchase Warhouse Studios, who were the Kingdom Come Deliverance developers. We got Alex, 2 developers, Piranha Byte. They were bought in 2019. Embracer then expanded the racing portfolio with the $50 million purchase of Milestone in 2019, which are the teams that made the Hot Wheels Unleashed game, as well as MotoGP Riders and Monsters Energy Supercross. We go forward, and they also have Gunfire games that's like Darksiders, The Remnant of Ashes. We have Tarsier Studio for $10.5 million, which was actually creating and working with Bandai Namco on new IPs like Little Nightmares.
Wow.
2020, Saber Interactive became part of the Embracer Group for $150 million. Which this is a team that was responsible for porting The Witcher 3 to the Switch, Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary for the PC and the most recent Xbox consoles. They also made World War Z and Evil Dead the game. Let's keep going. The Embracer Group acquires 4A Games, the proprietary game engine for the Metro IP. which they bought the proprietary rights to that gaming engine for $36 million. So now they have a reputable gaming, actual reputable gaming engine, which actually helped to improve their games and their performance, blah, blah, blah. They acquired the New World Interactive. These guys went and expanded their VR portfolio in 2020 with a $59 million purchase of Arizona Sunshine developers, which is Vertigo Games. We got Zen Studios, Purple Lab Studios.
Before you continue, shout out to Lady Gunner with all the gift subs. We do appreciate the love and the support that you give.
We love it.
And we miss you. Continue. Coco, go to timeout right now.
Yeah, she's always a timeout.
Coco and timeout for sure.
Right. So let's see. So we got Zen Studios, who made the SpongeBob Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. Purple Lab Studios, the team that made Shadow Warrior 3. And Flyhog, which is another studio, in 2021 for $363 million. They bought Gearbox, the studio that created and develops Borderlands. So they own Borderlands, and there's a Borderlands movie on its way to theaters as we speak. Wow. They spent another $100 million to acquire the publisher Aspire Media, which is the company that was actually working on the Knights of the Old Republic remake. So that means that they have Star Wars licensing under their belt.
Right.
They say we also have them with Deep Rock Galactic, publishers of Coffee Stain, Embracer publishes Ghost Ship Games. Let's see here, 8 acquisitions that gave them access to Splitgate, which was one of the biggest games that people were clamoring over, I think in like 2021 or 2019, something like that. They got 3D Realm, so they own the rights to Duke Nukem. Ghost Runner, which was a really awesome indie game that dropped, I think 2020. Wow. Perfect World Entertainment, which is a subsidiary, they say, for Cryptic Studio that joined in December of 2021 for $125 million. They're best known for Star Trek Online and the D&D based Neverwinter. So again, we're in bed with all these people now in 2022. Okay, and I'm gonna read this opening paragraph. This brings us to 2022 and the Embracers Group's latest acquisitions. Square Enix dealt Crystal Dynamics, Eidos Montreal, and Square Enix Montreal to Embracer Group for $300 million. This also includes deals where they have a number of notable Square Enix IPs, including Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, Legacy of Kain, and Thief. Tomb Raider, Legacy of Kain, Deus Ex, and Thief. And then furthermore, just this week, and I'm going to read this again, in August, Embracer announces another series of acquisitions, most notable which being Middle-earth Enterprises. Lord of the Rings, people. Middle-earth Enterprises. They now hold film rights, video game, board game, merchandising, and theme park rights to J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit.
Is that why the new TV show is dropping?
They bought it. So now if they want it to come out, now they get a piece of that pie. Because they just bought this last week.
Oh, they just bought it. Okay.
Yeah, this week, because today's Saturday. It's the last day of the week.
It's been in the development.
Yeah, so that same day, the company announced acquisitions of Tripwire Entertainment, known for Maneater, the Shark game, as well as Killing Floor, Tuxedo Labs, which makes Teardown, and a collection-focused publisher, Limited Run Games, which is a company that sells hard copies of indie games, like when Scott Pilgrim vs. the World came out on digital and games like that, or maybe even Stray. If you want a physical copy, you can go to Limited Run's Game and they will sell you a physical copy with a limited edition thing, and they only sell them for like a couple weeks like after release, and then once they sell out, they're gone.
Wow.
And then along with that as well, the music and audio game company Stingtrix. And Embracer didn't reveal individual purchase prices on these 5 companies, though it was announced that it was a collective of roughly $790 million US.
Bruh.
Embracer Group is buying the entire video game industry, and no one is paying attention to this.
And just to let you know, for the people that's in the stocks, shout out to my boy Shrugs His Life. Their stock is only $7.30 to get in. So,
but it's not an American company, so you can't buy it through like traditional means.
You can't. But there's a reason why I mentioned that, because I know he has the means to get what he needs.
Right. If you have a means of accessing international stock, please, for one, let me know. Gavin, come holler at me. Let me know how that works. Because again, at the top of this article, over 250 games in development, over 800 IPs to this day. Like once these games come full steam and when these games start to roll out, oh my god! Like they're going like what Ubisoft right now, who's struggling to stay alive.
Which is surprising.
They're gonna overtake Ubisoft. They're gonna be competing with the likes of like EA and I mean they at this point they already have more intellectual properties in the game than the likes of like Sony.
Mm-hmm.
The likes of Xbox and Microsoft and Bethesda / Activision. Like it's crazy. So yeah, like just something that you guys want to kind of pay attention to. Embracer Group is taking over the world of gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm really curious on what they could be doing, because I know there was an article that hinted at Fortnite.
Not that we know of yet, Shrug.
Embracer Group has made multiple comments to say that they are not being skittish about reviving IPs. So within the next 3 to 5 years, you might actually get an announcement that a Legacy of Kain game is on the rise. So look out.
Keep your ears to the ground.
Yes. Or keep them locked here on twitch.tv /Blerd Line Podcast, because we will absolutely talk about it when it comes to be.
Absolutely. So thank you, Greg, because that was a lot.
Yeah.
So we still got news to go over.
Yep.
Impulse. I'm glad you said that is my section. It's only going to be 5 minutes. I don't care. I'm accepting any and all challengers. Alabama Roll Tide welcomes competition. Welcomes it.
Oh no.
NCAA college football, baby, is making a return. This is how you get Perry back in the sports game. That is what I need.
I need to get that new Madden.
I'm gonna pull up just because I want to run options.
True.
Yeah,
this is it.
Run options if you want to, because sir, the defense. So the thing I love about college football that's better, well, not better, but in sense forward progressing than college basketball, they change their offensive and defensive plays to move differently. While basketball, in a sense, shout out to JJ Redick, they still run the same plays when he was in college.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm so excited for this to come out, because if I see any Auburn fans online, you're getting this work. If I see any Tennessee fans online, you're getting this work. As a matter of fact, just put the controller down. If I see any Bacon Bits online, aka Arkansas online, you're getting this work. Florida Gators, I'm not even paying you.
Bacon Bits.
I'm not even paying you attention to you Florida Gators. And I want all smoke, all of it, all the smoke you can give, Clemson fans. I want it all. And LSU, Coach Boone, I mess with you, dog. Even though you talk with that Louisiana accent, you my dog.
All right, you about to call me out here.
I like LSU, but he
man.
Coach Brawl, He just go wrong. That's how he talk. But he a real coach. I mess with him, and I'm beating everyone ass with Jackson State, baby. Shout out to Prime.
Yeah, true.
I can't wait for college football season, baby.
It's upon us. It is upon us. Do we have a timeline for when NCAA is supposed to be back? Because I know they announced it last year.
I didn't see any releases. I just seen posts and information on what they're bringing back. I know they're bringing Dynasty mode back in this game, so
I thought I saw somewhere it would be next year, next summer.
So let me see.
What I would really like to see though, I would like to see there be some type of integration between Madden and the NCAA. Because I remember like back in the day, like you could transfer your custom character to Madden.
Yeah.
I would like to see Madden really kind of step up like their My Career version of what they do on that end. So that way you can have some type of interconnecting, almost like damn near like Telltale type of shit where once you're done with your franchise modes within NCAA, you can transfer your character over and continue that story.
That was in Madden. That was with who's the running back for the Seahawks back then?
Sean Alexander.
Sean Alexander was the cover of the Madden cover that you was able to do that. I remember that was back then. I remember.
But I mean, of course, back then there wasn't a story mode though. It was all right, just transfer your custom characters and then you can put them on your favorite team.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. NCAA.
I would like to see Madden become just a live game in general. I think we have too many Maddens.
So you're talking about every sports game of ever. You're talking about all of them.
No, I'm just saying, like as far as how the character build and all of that shit goes, I would like to see it turn out something like Fortnite, where it's just a matter of updates to the same Madden game. Having those new characters, those new drafts every year, instead of still buying that same game over and over and over again, you could just release.
But so this is the thing.
Hold on, before you go, I have to give props to Impulse because he's been playing Madden. I've been watching him. This Madden has my attention to the point I might purchase it. The thing, and I think Greg might hint at this, Madden has to find the perfect balance before they can have a consistent game out there, the same, where they can just update it. Because each Madden, you have really good Maddens, and then you have Madden 2021.
Yeah, and I agree. So, and that's kind of what I'm getting at. Like, the biggest problem with Madden isn't necessarily that Madden is bad, that it's good. Like, there are plenty of games out there that are inconsistent, especially in the sports realm. The biggest issue with Madden is they want to give you a new gimmick every year. Now, imagine this. The reason why so many people are applauding this Madden that just dropped is because they've kind of stripped it back. They're focusing on the gameplay. Some of their modes have things left to be desired, but the gameplay is king here, and they focus on it, and they've made it better. So, taking the feel and the gameplay of this game, I think if they were to say, all right, this is Madden. This is EA's John Madden football. And for the next 3 years, this is the game. Absolutely. Rest in peace to the legend. If they said that this is the game for the next 3 years, every year we had, balance updates. We had, roster updates. And I mean, because let's be real. Like, at this point, Madden, or EA rather, is going to make more money off the microtransactions than they're actually going to make off the game, buying the game.
Yep.
So
that's a fact.
If you sell that PS5 version for $70 and you're locked in and you have that game for 3 years, and throughout the 3 years, you get new cards, you get new this, new that, and maybe even shoehorn in maybe every football season. I don't know, you get some type of new pack where you can pay $20 and you get, the most recent access to the most recent player cards or blah, blah, blah. However you want to do it, like just put a season pass in there for every year on top of whatever other loot boxes and shit EA is going to do with Madden, because we know now that EA isn't as scummy. EA Sports is like where the scum lives.
Right.
And then after 3 years, they're like, all right, boom. We had our skeleton crew working on this game. In the back, though, our big actual team has developed a new monster of a game. Better graphics, same gameplay, more game modes, more interaction, more player cards, and this is where you're going to be for the next 3 years. Guess what? People are going to fucking throw their money at that game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Without second guess. You know how much, easily, you know how much money is spent on 2K and Madden games alone? FIFA alone?
I mean, think about
one
this.
yearly game?
How much money is spent on EA to burn all those Blu-ray discs, print out all those cases, send those all across the country, market it for a new year, whatever they have to do with the licensing, paying larger teams to develop these games in an annual cycle. If you could pay a small team to maintain the game for a few years, like it would probably add up to more money if they went that way about it. So they spend less and make more.
So much
Agreed.
But you know, in the gaming and anime world, common sense ain't so much common. So we're gonna.
I think that's every corporate world.
Man, talking with that cough drop out of my mouth was trying to develop a case of lockjaw. That didn't feel good.
I have comments for that there, sir, but I'm going to continue with my life.
Well, that's because you have the sense of humor of a 12-year-old boy, but that's okay.
You don't?
No, I have 12-year-old kids. Come on now.
He's like 15.
Sure, great. With his fucking dad jokes, are we serious right now?
Well, dad jokes by default are grown man jokes.
No, the fuck they're not. They're terrible toddler jokes.
So
some are great. Some are great. I will not.
So
I'm not. Nope. I will ignore you. I will ignore you. I will fucking ignore you. Anywho, I can't wait to later on today. We got our Tekken and chess matches, man. I'm really excited about that. In other news, we have. Here's the cutest baby.
Say hi, chat.
Oh,
hello, Nisi Poo.
Yes.
We just this is gonna be quick and easy. Sony, put the bottle down. We don't need a Days Gone movie.
Please.
Yep. It's really bizarre that they went out of their way to not give the green light to Days Gone to the game, and that team pretty much left. The creative director split up, and there was this whole hoopla and like all of this bad press around it, and then they turn around like within that same year, and they're like, we're gonna make a movie on that same game that we're not gonna give you a sequel of. Like, I couldn't imagine what the creative directors of Days Gone feel like, knowing that they didn't want to give them that game, but they're going to make a movie off of their baby. I understand it's not their intellectual property, but it's the intellectual property that they created. Again, we are fans of video games and we want to see everybody win. But even as we are fans of PlayStation, when Sony does some bullshit, they do some bullshit.
And this is grade A bull. So I'm not even going to go into that. But another thing, our Game Pass, Death Stranding is coming to PC Game Pass, which I believe is awesome.
Yeah, that's going to be dope.
I can't wait. It already looks phenomenal on the PS5.
Right.
What you can push on your PC if you have a Hemi like Nicola Perry, you are going to see just everything in that game.
I can't wait to see the mods, man.
The only thing that I'm worried about is because the Death Stranding does have DualSense integration in it now.
Right.
But with that, I've noticed that I don't know if Game Pass does this on accident or if it's something they're intentionally doing, but Game Pass has very, very, very bad integration with the DualSense. Very bad. Like some games won't work at all. I hope that on this particular game we get that DualSense because it's the best version of Death Stranding, and if that happens, I'm definitely gonna play.
I would keep playing with
Xbox definitely lost impulse. They
Well,
definitely
I
lost.
wouldn't say lost. We're still. I mean, this still is. We're finally getting the fruits of a lot of
They
people's
lost.
labor. As far as I'm talking about now, this generation. Last generation, they got blew out the water. I'm talking about this generation. Xbox admitted in articles that Sony won the console. They said this on record. It's already admitted. We're not looking at just the console wars at this point. We're going for video games produced, accessibility, and what these games can do for the industry. I'm sorry. To me, indie titles and Nintendo are pushing and giving us what we want. Of course, we're gonna have good AAA games. God of War, Halo. I'm very disappointed in.
Yep, nobody is even talking about Halo.
And that hurts, that hurts. Fable is not even. It's in the lost void with Metroid Prime 4.
I'll hold my comment.
We still don't know what the hell is going on with Hellblade 2.
That's on its way into the lost void.
Hellblade 2 I mean, at first it was that and Redfall, but then Redfall turned out to be one of those dumb like Left 4 Dead clones, which I know people like those games, but I'm not a fan of those. So at this point, Hellblade 2 is the only Xbox Studio game that I am legitimately excited about, and it seems like it is somewhere left in developmental hell.
It's in the lost void.
In the ether.
Right. It's crazy. Like they announced that game like what? At the Game Awards 2019.
Yeah.
And we've seen it once since then.
It's in the lost void.
This is gonna be 3 years. And we've seen it once.
Yeah.
Lost void. But I would like to say it's a good move. You can see Hideo Kojima about to start migrating some ideas to Xbox, which is gonna be cool. Xbox has the money to really, Xbox has money to do what they want. In the words of my boy Mighty Keith, Microsoft has fuck you money.
Yes, they do. Shout out to him because he definitely said he was gonna make a comeback. He made like a video and a half, and now he's just gone again.
He's still my guy.
He'd be lying to us though.
He's still my guy.
True.
But I'm really excited. You guys, Tuesday we're going to be booked for content. We will be streaming all day because Gamescom.
Oh yeah.
What time was the opening live thing? Was that
2 p.m. Eastern?
2 Eastern, yeah, okay. Yeah, and
Okay.
I'll probably be up early around like 10ish streaming Saints Row. So there'll be a lot going on Tuesday.
Yeah,
I'll be on my channel as well doing the Destiny showcase. I think that starts at like 9
in the morning.
Yeah, PT.
Oh God, there's going to be so much content. Do we want to?
Delicious.
We'll talk about that privately. But yeah, be on the lookout for all the links to that. We have so much to show you guys, and I'm really excited for. We are now in the transition for recommendations. If anyone else, if you didn't have any other smaller stories that you guys want to talk about.
Oh, before we do that, I do want to just point out that Destiny did launch or did release what they're doing for the next season. So it is called Season of the Plunder.
Season of the Plunder. Ooh.
Yeah.
Elaborate.
So what we're looking at, from what I can tell, is King's Fall raid from the Taken King is coming back.
I did see that.
It is official. We got about 72 hours to the showcase. That raid will be dropping on Friday. I will be streaming that raid pretty much the whole day until I find something better to do. So next Friday, if you're down to play, you can join me.
I never did that raid, so I might be there with you.
Okay, that'll be cool. So you may not. All right,
I may or may not.
Got you. So for Season of the Plunderer, looks like we got a few things going on. We do have a Halloween event happening. We got the Arc 3.0 happening. hunters are getting their blink back, which is something we haven't seen since Destiny 1. So that's going to be fun.
That'd be annoying.
Thunderlord and pretty much all LMGs, large machine guns, are going to be pretty nasty.
They need it.
All arc weapons are going to be pretty nasty, and all shotguns are going to be pretty nasty. Yeah, so tune in Tuesday for the showcase. We'll get live reactions down, and we'll drop a DLM episode before it happens.
Oh, yeah. All right. So, is that also your recommendation?
What?
Or was that separate from a recommendation?
That's
I
separate.
felt like
that was
I felt like you were recommending things, but I feel like you should give us a recommendation.
I wouldn't. I feel like that was more of a. He was talking about more of the Destiny take that specified to happen. So
Yeah. I mean, definitely tune in though. It's more than a recommendation, maybe a suggestion.
Also, this not anything gaming news, but JD versus Diddy is a thing. They have agreed not to do a versus, but a hit for hit. I will be streaming that with my boy Joker.
Oh, nice.
I'll be streaming that with my boy Joker because me and him have we have a good debate about music and things of that nature, and I can't wait for that to happen.
I'm gonna have to give it to JD though.
I'm not even gonna lie. I got JD. Diddy's gonna come with some hits. JD's gonna win. Like it's gonna be.
If it's a hit for hit, it's probably gonna be JD 20 and Diddy 15.
Yeah, because you can't. Diddy has hit. Like
he's got hits, but he ain't got hits like JD.
When Diddy hit that last night, I couldn't even get an answer. That's gonna be an automatic win round.
No. What's gonna be an automatic win round for them is when you hear the guitar, dum dum. What was it? We are the Bad Boy anthem. That's gonna be hot. Oh, and then
it'll be cheating if he play Biggie though.
But those are hits. Those are hits.
You know, JD gonna get into that emancipation of Mimi bag. So I mean, why not get some Biggie in there?
He's going to get in that All About the Benjamins was a hit too.
True.
But JD can play. JD can play. He has Jagged Edge.
Right.
There's some hits out there.
Right.
There's some hits. So definitely look out for that. Our guy, Joker, or Random Savage, in other words, and Captain NU doing a live stream for the versus battle. Do you have the date on that yet?
No, they haven't announced the date, but they're just Complex just announced that they will be in agreement.
Nice. That's lit.
Yo. All right, so let's get into these suggestions before my wife murders me and then comes through the webcam and murders all of you, and then also the wonderful people that are watching the stream. She'll probably murder you as well.
Oh no, I turned my computer off.
Yeah, with a quickness, but
remember when they tried that in the ring and it did not work?
Yeah, I will just I'll put my wife and Livy in front and it will stop her.
Yeah, she'll probably shake their hands and then murder you anyway.
You have to catch me.
Yes,
blow some smoke.
Okay. So yeah. So my recommendation this week is going to be as already kind of promoted earlier in the show. Check out the content that is incoming for Digimon Survive. It is not a game for everybody, but it might be a game for you. And if you have already played the game and you already know what it is, check out the spoiler cast featuring me and your boy D-Rain TV. That should all be dropping here within Monday and Tuesday. So it'll be a very content heavy week for BLP. So make sure that you keep it locked here and over on our YouTube channel.
Yay.
Eric,
mine is to just check out Echoes on Netflix, and it's a great show. Me and my wife, I was watching it last night. It's a 7-episode limited series. It's great, and try artists out there. Discovery of new artists is such a refreshing feeling.
Absolutely.
Larry June it's hard to get artists into my rotations. If you know me, you know that I will play an artist's entire demographic if you're in my rotation. So the fact that I have a new artist in my rotation now feels so good.
Yeah.
It's so refreshing. And it's for my type of vibe. So shout out to Larry June. You're great.
He's like less hood Starlito.
And Starlito.
I would say he's
and
a
less
little more hood,
but less depressing.
Currency.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
It's a little more hood currency. Yeah, because he's from the Bay.
Yeah,
so.
But not too hood.
It's sad that I had it.
He's like your favorite cousin hood. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but anyway, then we gotta go ahead.
I had to explain to my wife what the Bay Area was.
My suggestion.
Oh, poor lady.
She said it was Florida.
My suggestion is to check out Multiverses if you haven't already.
Right.
It's fun.
Be like Perry and fall in love with it.
Fall in love with it.
Not fall in love. Don't put that shit in my motherfucking mouth. You know that.
Also, if you haven't already, check out Harley Quinn.
Amazing.
If you're like Dad Pat and you're falling behind, take some time. Check out Harley Quinn.
He has a list.
Right. I do have a list. I still have to finish.
There's also a new Constantine movie on HBO Max that's really freaking good.
Oh. He's starting to sound like me out here with all these recommendations.
You are, and I will mute you.
Yeah. So I think that's it. That brings us to the we started at the top, we were down at the bottom. We got through all of our news this week. Perry, any other housekeeping before I close this out here, man?
I will be reaching out to you, Icon. We have matches in again Tekken and chess today. I'm really excited to get that going. You can catch that here, and just an update for anyone who wants to catch me streaming. Until we get to a certain good following of just a good number of followers here on Blerd Lines, I'm going to be posting all my personal content and streams here, where you can follow me and watch all my streams. Of course, you can still follow me on Twitter, Instagram as Captain New, and I'm dedicating the growth for BLP here as far as our streams. And then when September comes, I will be stepping back just a tad bit because I have school and that takes priority over everything. But again, you will catch me here streaming. Outside of that, Dab had catch him here for his reviews, and Demigod Sean. Look forward to the return. Business. Monopoly, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. And never forget, he puts his milk in before his cereal.
You sick bastard.
If you don't want to upset this psycho murderer, please.
As I pet my kitty.
But with that said, I want to thank everybody for coming by today. It's always appreciated. You could be anywhere in the world, but you are here with us, and that means the world to us.
Yeah,
so with that being said, T Will the Don, Coco, Lady Gunner, of course, always love their Impulse, Shrug This Life, Mason O'Can, and whoever else stopped by today. Oh, look, we got a new one from a Casanetta. I don't know who you are. You pour milk first. That's wild. Yeah, Casanetta came in. They made that one comment, accused you of being cringe, and then they left. Anyone else here as well? You all deserve the heartiest gang. Have a wonderful weekend, guys.
All right.
Peace out, y'all.
Oh, and Iconic Nightwing. We like you too. We love you, man.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Come on, hurry up. I got